Alrighty. Good to go. Get in here. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Kind of want to look more through the Ninjago stuff. I'm going to make one of the bridges they made. I think it's pretty easy. Let's go like that. Do like some of these. And then there's got to be some matching floors, right? And then you just do the rails. Boom. Oops. I think these are the bridges they make around the map. That goes too far. Oops. Welcome in, everybody. I'm gonna be building some stuff today. Still kind of just goofing around with some different builds, though. But I am going to start on, like, the quote-unquote main part of the village as well. I guess it depends on how long the bridge is. Yo, what's going on, Mega Noons? I'm going to be building today. So this was my practice build. Kind of went with something just small and square. But I figured I'm as ready as I'll ever be just to dive in to a new custom idea. So, on my glasses, I got a smudge. But we're going to be building some stuff. Now, I would kind of rather be building this in my expert world. The problem is, in my expert world, I actually have this same area that I found right here. It's beautiful. Can you tell how amazing of a village this is going to become? But problem is, there's a building here, but in Sandbox, you can turn off enemies. So the Chaos event won't even spawn here. You can go up to here. And, like, you don't even get the little symbol that pops up. Nothing pops up. So in Sandbox, you can do it, but in Expert or Survival, unfortunately, if you have enemies turned on, I have a Chaos event in my Expert world that spawns right here. So no matter what, even if I break it, build a village outpost right next to it, it doesn't, the Chaos event just comes back every 10 minutes. So unfortunately, I cannot build this vision out currently unless they make a way in the future to, like, disable chaos challenges that you want to, and then I can build here. But I am kind of impatient, and it'll also kind of make the building process faster that I'm in Sandbox. But I'm gonna build a big ass village here. A tutorial for it's the thing is it's tough to be. I could do tutorials for, like, some individual builds like that one I did over there. Hold on, let me get some, like, actual tools. Oh, there we go. Really don't need any of that. I'm gonna need a shovel. Right? There's gonna be a thingy that spawns here. Yep. Yo, what's up, Lucito? Welcome in. Let's get it cleaned up, because I don't know, I'm gonna try to break the least amount of trees and rocks possible to keep the aesthetic. This should be good for now, because we got to build something big here. So I'm thinking, let's make the regular part of it on the grid here. It's even this. I gotta like really watch how much space I take up here, because this is gonna be where like my biggest building is. Now, of course, I've got some ideas to maybe build on the walls and stuff up there. Oh man, this stuff does not go. Oh yeah, someone was telling me this grass doesn't go away when you build over it, which is kind of unfortunate. I suppose I could always just build an extra step up. That's still even going to be covered then. You'd have to go like 3 layers up, and even then you're getting some poke through. So what I think we should do is we'll start with a raised up structure. So let's see what kind of stairs we got. I think we'll go with, yeah, let's do this. Let's have like a little, where's our middle? Yeah, right about there. So let's go like there and there. And then we can start to do like that. Because I just need to basically make like a raised area. How do you craft arrows for crossbows? At the crafting bench. What are the oh yeah, I've got these walls. These like very stony ones. They're very tall. Do I have half wall versions of those? No. Interesting. And these are probably really tall too, I imagine. Let's see. I'm trying to kind of imagine how they would use these in the battle pass, but those are really tall. Best way I can farm lightning headbands, fighting lightning type ninjas. Which, if you just go to the lightning marks on the map, usually there's a good chance of finding them there. Is there like an inverted? I guess I could just see what is if I have any matching inverted wedge pieces. But I'm guessing not. They're all, those ones are white. Yeah, like these ones. If I wanted to go like inwards. Those don't look terrible though. Oh, they don't even match up to the same height. Like the Scythe of Quakes? What do you mean? I don't know what that is exactly. Again, I want to make a raised area, but at the same time, it's going to be tough because I don't want the floors to show through. Because I have an idea for what I want to do for the structure, but figuring out this little bottom part, I guess I can use these walls. These wouldn't look bad. We can just use these. Because I think that would overall match. Oh, hold on. If I'm not looking at this piece, it's going to be like off just a little bit. I think that one already is. You got to really watch it when you're building on the floor. When you're on, I think when you're on this part of the grid, it's much more consistent with placing. Like this will actually place it right next to this piece. But if you're on the like the 45-degree part of the grid, you see when I line this up how it's like off by just a little bit. Like where normally on the other, if you turned it the other way, it would line up corner to corner. So the way around that is you always, when you're building on this part and you notice it doing that, is you have to aim at a build that you already build and then essentially flop it around. It's kind of annoying. I'm actually gonna place that there. But otherwise, you're gonna notice some pieces are like completely misaligned after a certain point if you don't fix it. Oh, I did that one backwards. And snapping helps. In this case, there's no place to snap this particular piece. I like that. Let's see what the rails look like on there. That should... Wait. Did I use... Oh, I used the... Wait. They don't have a... Of course they don't. Why would they have a railing that actually lines up? I guess that kind of works. It's floating. But I don't want to do these ones because then I'm not going to be able to make stone up there. So this... I hate it when they don't give you multiple railings for multiple pieces in a set. Like, yeah, I could get this to work. Actually, can't I go... I could just go down a space and at least here I could work it into the ground. So that way there's no gap there, but then there's a little bit. Interesting. I don't even think that's a true corner piece, really. So I hate it when these 2x2 pieces only have snap points on either end there, but then don't have a snap point on the other ends. You have to like manually place it. It's really annoying. Let's make it daytime. I can't see the color contrast here at all. Yeah, I believe Zeppelin still plays in Follower World from time to time. Now, I haven't been there in a while, admittingly. I can't tell if the dark red or the light red looks better, but I kind of like the dark. Oh, you updated the Octopus to Supernova. Don't feel obligated, because I feel bad not having been there in so long. Oops. If this could just snap the right way, that'd be great. Actually, I guess I'm just going to make it like this going all the way around. I should probably just continue that further. Right, let's see what we got going on here, because now I should be able to build the stone floors. No problemo. I don't think it matters which way I turn them either. What kind of wall floors do we have? Because I'm trying to give myself like a big old base plate to work with here. What are my other half wall options? There's these ones too. I think those ones will do better for like something of a base here. And then do I have a plain red one? Because I do think those will end up working better. Matches everything. Now, if I continue to go back, is that going to bump into that rock? I don't think it will. I guess we'll find out. What you building? I am, you're seeing the beginning steps of a massive Ninjago village. Let's see how far we can kind of push this. I've got a super, super nice location picked out. And we're putting maximum effort. Oh, this is going to be perfect. That must be that. Right? There shouldn't be a build there, right? Oh, you know what? It happened. See? I didn't see what happened when you don't align stuff on the, if you're on the 45 grid, it was off by like a smidge there. That's why I just missed. So like, again, when you're on this angle, you don't have to worry about it. If you're on like the main grid angle, you'll have pieces line up like this. No problem. You won't have any gaps. However, if you're building on this grid, and you free place stuff, you see how it's like not on the same grid for some reason? Like it doesn't align the same way. I don't know why the 45, the off grid is like broken. It's like even if I, like you have to like really, and I think even that is technically off. But you'll get those parts where you're like, why isn't it placing in? And you basically, what you have to do is look at one of your pieces that's already on that build grid exactly. And then you have to see if I pull my pointer off, see how it's like pulling it off to the ground. Like if you aim at the ground, then you go to like the free grid. But then if you aim at the piece you have, it essentially copies that exact angle. So you really got to watch yourself sometimes when you're building on the floor like this to begin with. Because that's why I wasn't able to fit that last piece there. It was off by like just a little bit. Best 5 days of streaking I've ever done. Oh my goodness. It's a lot of streaking. And you know, we can probably bump it out. Like going. Lines up. Yeah. I should have it go like out a little bit. I guess I can get rid of that bush. Why these pieces don't have 4-point snap connections, I'll never know. I think that's quite far enough. So I can snap here, but then I can't flip it the right way I want. It's so annoying. Oh wait, technically, if I want this to line up better, wouldn't I want those like inwards like one more than they are? And won't that make stuff line up better? What other options? So I have a 2x. No, but I can do one more here and a flat one there. And then we go off, and then I think it makes the spacing better. Because now I should be able to snap. No, wait. Did I do? Oh, I need it going the other way. That's right. I need that one to be shorter. Duh. So wouldn't that make it a 12 that I need? Is there a 12? No, but we can make one. 8, 10, 12. Because we basically just want to be able to fit another one of these going that way. I guess I could always just do that, and then does this... Do these work side to side, or is there like a collision? I can't see anything. Oh no, those actually work going that way. Okay, perfect. Sometimes these walls, see how they kind of have stuff sticking out? A lot of times you try to corner them like this, and one part will end up bumping into another, and it ends up just being really, really annoying. But that works. See, now here we don't want to do that just because we do want like an actual red corner there. So just do this. Oops. That one, and then we can, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, this is a sandbox world. Unfortunately, I cannot build where I want to build here in my expert world. Otherwise, I would be building in my expert world. The issue is right where I'm building, right here in the smack dab middle of this grand building area. Oh, maybe that part's sticking out there and I can't do it. There's a chaos event that spawns here, and it does not allow me to... doesn't allow me. I can technically build there. I can even put down a village post. But the chaos event continues to respawn over and over again, no matter what I do. I can break all the builds. Doesn't matter. So if I were to decide to build a big fancy village there, I would have this big, enormous nuisance at all times. So we're building it in sandbox where we can turn enemies off, and then the chaos event luckily doesn't spawn at all. See, now we should have like an even 16 right here. That's solid, right? And I can make another... I want to make... Honestly, I could make something go around the back more, but... Maybe I make like a little bridge thingy go over this rock. And that's how you can access back there later. So many options. Okay, let's make everything... rocks. The reason I'm even building up like this is because unfortunately this grass grows up over your builds like crazy. I kind of want to do a layer of white floor going all the way around. Let's kind of see what that would look like. And then we do the Ninjago fence on top of that. Let's see how that looks. Oh, there is corner pieces for this, technically. What do we think? Add the white line or no white line? Because that also helps cover up the, what's it called? The studs that are going to inevitably show here. Because I could also go with something more neutral, like brown. Like if I don't think this will work, because these are like raised pieces. I'm actually curious how these will work. If I were to like, I'm not going to, but I'm kind of curious how the fence pieces. Okay, they can. Oh, they go like on top of it even. Interesting. It's really interesting. I'm not going to use it. Does he read TikTok chat? I try to my best, but when I'm building, I'm probably not reading any chat right now. Yeah, it would be to an extent, but it's a different chaos event each time, and like it'll spawn enemies in weird places. It would be I'd have to build like, and that's the problem is like the chaos event's right in the center of the village, and it's kind of where I'd want to build like my biggest piece, like I'm doing here. Not that I couldn't do it. I'm not saying I can't do it. Actually, this one. Like that, right? Chat, as we do instead of the fence. So we can do something else in the corner too. Yeah, I could do the brown. That's what I was going to do. I have plenty of brown options. I've gotten back into Legos this past week, and I watch your videos. It's helped so much. It's so much stuff to do. Yeah, there's a lot. And like if you're like me and like to collect the animals too, there's a lot of random missions you can give yourself. What else can I do here? Let's see. Are there any fancy chairs that would make? You always gotta test. Like everything is a potential building piece. Like even these could potentially look good if you use them right. Again, I still think I should add something like an accent color to this here. Honestly, these ones might look good. It's like white and brown. What do you think about the Simpsons ones? Those wouldn't be bad. Let's explore more of what's in the Ninjago stuff real quick. Not that I would use it, but it's all sort of in, like you always got to think outside the box and at least try it out, see if it's worth using, because you never know. You never know. These look really good too. There's a lot of different options here. we got a lot of stuff like this too that I could put in the corner and make like a actual corner piece and then put like fences kind of next to that kind of deal. Like that. That's always an option. I like that idea. What else? More lights, more lights. We got lamps, got ceiling lamps, a shelf, storage. Those are interesting. Carpets, floor, clutter. I don't think any of these plants would go good in a corner. Sculptures. I mean, the banners would be good too. That'd probably be something I'd put more. Like there, and then have it like inside the gate. Didn't know LEGO Fortnite was still up. Oh yeah, it's not going away. Flames, these things, these guys. I think I'm just gonna go with, you know what else I could have done? I have walls from obviously everything. But don't I have something that would mesh well in these? Not these. That's kind of the right color. I swear there's another rockier one. Yeah, these are kind of the ones I was thinking of. I don't know if that would be the right vibe, but... Oh yeah, I got these too. Not that they'd work here, but if I need like the accent color somewhere, it's good to know I have it. I guess what I could do too is I don't have to, I could make this more rounded too. Like I could always have this be more like the front, and I could cut it with those end pieces. That could be interesting. Because how do they have this shaped? Yeah, it's kind of, it'd be almost like the same shape as they did it. I just don't want to do the same building as that. But I like what they did there. I don't need the walls per se. What do you think, chat? What do I put in the corners? I'm leaning towards these things and putting them right in the corners. And then what other fences? Because I like this one. Do you think this is the move? It's kind of the obvious move. Easiest way to get essence really fast? Pretty much just playing the game. There's no like... I kind of hate that. I kind of hate that sometimes. Or I think it might look better if it was raised up. Jeez. I can't do anything. I think it'd be better if it was raised up on something and also back here. I believe... I can't remember what sections they're in, but I should have some good stuff to prop it up. I think there's like sculptures. There's like this thing. There's a lot of white going on here, so I could use that. Try using the corner. There's no 6s for these. Is that gonna make it any different? That works. Kind of like the white showing through there too. I do like that. Yeah, I do. I don't know if I can't remember if I follow him, but I do. I know exactly who you're talking about. He's built tons of really cool ships. A lot of really cool ships. Ooh, I forgot about this piece. I think that piece is in the... I think it's lined up wrong. I don't think I had it on the proper grid like I was talking about. There we go. That looks better. That's too far up. And then basically it's one of the smaller ones going that way, and then we go back like that. And then back to the dragon statue, which goes there. I think that works for now. And then what I should do, it'll make it easier, is you start with the ends, and then you work your way inward with the biggest. So I've got 2 16s going that way, so now I've got 2 there and 2 there, so now it's 3 and 3. And then we can see here, we've got a 2 spaces to fill. And this is the easiest way to fill them evenly too. Because what you can do is, yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do that in the middle, and then we'll add these singles. Just kind of randomly here and here in the middle. Fills all the gaps nicely. And then from here to here, you'd start your corner, do a long piece like this. Start with 1 there, then go 2 and 2. And we kind of got the same deal going on here. It's probably going to be the pattern for the rest of it. Same thing here, go there. I'm guessing this is just going to be a full 16. Oh no, it's going to be too long. So... we can do a couple things here. We can skip the corner piece completely. Just go like this. And then, oh, that's going to block, isn't it? So we really can't even do that. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. We'll just go there. I suppose we could also just get rid of that one and then do like this. There we go. It's going to be a little bit off there, though. But we can kind of keep doing the same thing to offset it. We don't always need the corner pieces. And then this should line up like we did the other ones. These, it looks like. Did I build that wrong? Sometimes I can't tell if it's the game bugging out. Sometimes you do have to like log out and log back in. Sometimes it is you didn't build on the right axis, essentially. A structure should go under the big lamps. Wait, which ones? So there's a gap right there. I can't tell if that's just bugging. So I'm going to relog real quick. It's looking nice so far. I'll probably touch up some of these other details. Those are kind of just fillers for now. Really, we're making a massive base plate here. How to get better tools? You need to get better resources. So generally with like gray resources or gray tools, you'll be able to get green resources. And then once you get those green resources, you can turn them into green tools. And then with those green tools, you can get blue resources. And with those blue resources, you turn them into blue tools. And then with those blue tools, you can usually get purple resources. And you kind of see how it scales like that. Here, let's log out and log back in and see if those little misalignments are true or not. Because usually they'll go away after a log in and log out. Wait, what do you mean the big lamps? I'm sure I know what you're referring to, but I just maybe don't know it by that same language. I'm trying to think. The big lamps. Are they like a new light piece that I'm not thinking of? Are the white and red pieces from the last piece of the Lego pass? Or I want to say yes. I don't know exactly which parts come from which parts of the Lego pass. I didn't start building really until I unlocked all of it. You're still playing? I remember watching you first week of release. Welcome back. It's me. Oh, looks like I do have a weird misalignment going on. It's still gonna let me build just fine, but it's like just barely off, and I can't tell where I go off. Because it shouldn't affect anything. Shouldn't, keyword. Totally could, though. You see. These ones all look fine. I can't tell if it's... Oh, it's that one. So these are fine. I can see where I goofed it up, I think. It was right here. So again, when you're building on the floor, see how you can build 45? This is the true angle, and you don't really have to worry about it. It'll always line up when you build on the floor. However, when you're building on this angle, it's just very odd, and you'll end up with gaps that don't seem like they should be there. So we have to really make sure we're using this as our reference piece, because if that's not lined up, then these ones won't line up. And that's why we have things goofing up. I think it's just those ones. So I think those ones are lined up just fine. So yeah, as long as we start from here now, those are lined up. Figured it out. It's always something like that. Okay, now we've got no gaps. Good. Let's get the rest of these done up. Oops. All right, we've got an area to build a structure. What is your TikTok about? I play LEGO Fortnite and stream LEGO Fortnite. Yes, this is in Sandbox. I wanted to build this village in expert mode, but I've got a chaos event spawning on this spot that I want to build, so I just found it in Sandbox instead. I think those will make good pieces overall. That's the one I used. Isn't there a bigger one? I think that would work better, actually. Is there a bigger one? No. I could always put dragon statues, too. We can make it the fire dragon temple. Because, like, you really can't make anything. There's no, like, blue or earthy colors, but I don't know. Then I'm, like, committing to, like, a fire temple, basically. So I feel like I should just do kind of the more, not generic, but there, I think that's a little bit nicer. I don't know if that works with the color, but I like the white. I could also make it like a custom. I could also do something custom, like watch. Take it up a level. Come on, Nate. What if we did... That would almost be too big. So let's just do... Wait, what if we do that? How does that work? Oh, I like that. That's solid. 'Cause from the inside, you can't see the gap at all. Does that work? I think that works really well. That looks amazing so far. Thank you, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I think that matches better and just gives more color because we can do that in like every single corner here. Just boom. 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 Oh. Don't stop it. Bam. Oh, there's a fidget spinner in the middle. Hold on. Where's the equipment? I already had one equipped. Sick. The fidget spinner. Spin the lamp with pulley. What do you mean? Yo, Justice Moore, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, Zeppelin, thank you for the 25 I'm readies. All right, so we've got our platform built. This is what it's looking like so far. Do we even have these builds? Wait a minute. We don't have these roof pieces, do we? Wang, we don't. Why do they always tease us with really cool build parts? Looks like they used, I think these are from Shogun. These are like Shogun adjacent walls. Hold on. Yeah, these like are the Shogun walls. These are what I was thinking of that I could have even used over here. It wouldn't have been terrible. But this is like a different aesthetic altogether with the stone and the green. And then these windows. We don't have those windows, do we? No, we don't have anything like that. Those are cool windows. They're like a combination. They're almost like Tudor windows in the color scheme almost. But I'm probably going to end up breaking this because I really don't want it there. Although I could, I suppose I could make it a part of the village. Like it is just another building, but it's going to contrast because the only, I guess, what are the color roofs? We have these mostly black. Yeah, like all the roof pieces we have are like black with some red accent. So like that building would stick out. And I guess I'll leave it to last. I'll leave it there until later. You can fly now in sandbox and regular survival worlds. You can in expert. You cannot in expert world. In any expert world, it's just not an option. You can't, and you can't change any options in expert worlds. The only reason I am in sandbox right now, and anybody play the way you want. If you want to play in sandbox, all the better to you. It saves time. But unfortunately, I have a chaos event that is spawning on this exact location in my expert world. But as you can see, I really want to build here. Can you imagine how sick this is going to look when I've got builds there? I forgot I had such a big space right there, too. That's actually huge. I forgot that was... But this is like the center, right? This is like more of the center. But I'm going to have room for a lot of stuff here, as long as it doesn't all render out. But I want to make a village that basically spans like this whole area. Oh, the flying fish sandwich allows you to fly in villages, even an expert. I did not know that. Who is gonna tell? Have you guys told me that before this? So that kind of that makes like village building essentially easier in expert, so you can like, yeah, use it to build. Exactly. That's a great balance, like, or a great quality of life thing. Like, you can only do it in villages and with a sandwich. Huh. Learning something new. You guys are learning me every day. What's up, Green Rock? So this won't be the biggest building then, because I'll still have a... So what we'll build here will still be... This will be like a medium-sized build that we're going to go with. But over here, man, I've got some room. I mean, honestly, probably about the same. It's a little bit bigger. It's maybe like, what, 20, 30% bigger than the space I have there. No, this is not expert. This is sand. In my expert world, I have this exact spot in my expert world. Problem is, there's a chaos challenge that spawns literally right here and keeps respawning, and you can't get rid of it. I think I should do the same thing with these guys. How big is the base for these? Is it like the same as that? No, it's like 2 studs bigger in each direction. What else can I use? Otherwise, I would probably be already starting this in my expert. Is that a little nicer, you think? Than what I had before? Just like with it just on the ground. Hate these multi-leveled floors. I wish they would kind of just count all of this as the same height level when it comes to building. I think it's better than them just sitting on the floor. Seeing part of me before I even start doing anything too crazy. On the middle, part of me is already like, what can I do here? Hold on. Let me cook. Not quite. Almost. You think it works? Check, because this gets us to like ground level. That's kind of where I wanted to be. I do have a big one of these. Oops. Can I still step up that? No, it's too much. Can I move it up? Can I still step up it there? Okay, that kind of works. So I always like to have the village have other ways. So like there's like a little back entrance that goes up to maybe like a little hut up here or something that we build. And then from here, we go like this, floors. Kind of just goofing around with some ideas right now. I'm not fully committing to anything yet, but we'll see what we got here. You see now. See, this is like perfect. We can put like a little something, like a little hut or something here. I guess if this also came in a little further over, because technically I could move this over a chunk. You see? Other than that tree, can we... I don't want to get rid of too many trees and not be able to... Oh wait, this one, I think that one actually might grow back. So it'd be this one and this one instead. Would that fit? Is that gonna fly? Probably not going that way. But instead of I guess I can always make it one stair. guess I'm going to destroy all this. Because all this is dependent on the height and the placement of where the stairs end up landing. There's a chance I might have to build it just more over. And I don't know if I'll exactly build those stairs the same height 2 times in a row. So let's do this. Don't accidentally break that rock. See if we can make it land somewhere better now. So from here we can go up that way. Actually, hold on. I kind of have a better idea. Because I don't want to have like massive support pieces going down for those. I'd rather have them be like almost connected to the thing. And again, I don't have to do this part yet, but my brain is just thinking. I'm thinking. Because I almost feel like I would want to go here. And then we go in. Because then I really wouldn't have to make any supports. Because then I could have like a staircase going up like this. And then we can have a landing. But that's not going to work. This one and that one is still... We'd have to still come in further that way, but I really don't want to break that tree. So what I think we're going to do instead is it looks like it's either connected or close enough to be connected here. That and a couple supports here wouldn't kill me. So we're going to go around, because that just adds kind of more character to the build anyway. So then I think if we go up from here, it's like a little bit of blockage. I could always just put that on top. It'll change the height here, but then I think we're actually a good height above. We're not going to be able to get rid of the grass, unfortunately, chat. That's the other thing, is you almost want it a little bit higher, even on purpose, just so you can avoid the inevitable grass that doesn't go away here. But I can even put like a little altar up here or something like that. Because that'd be interesting too. Let's goof around with that idea. Because what if I put in like stone up here? Like check it out, check it out, check it out. Let's see. Because with the grass growing through the stone, that'll kind of give it like a really old, like ancient kind of garden kind of effect, maybe almost. Something like that. And then I think... I don't know if I should just go right under like that or bring it out one more. I think we're going to go like that. And then like this. And then kind of bring it around. Oh, I forgot to fly. We'll bring it around town. There's corners, right? Hello, which way is the roof? Oh, that's not a corner. That's like a sliver. That's a corner, right? Corner? Corner? Something like that. Or what about those Ninjago walls? Wonder if those would work good up here. I was contemplating those earlier, and we have like, yeah, there's corners for these even, but these don't go as far. Yeah, they're gonna like stick up and out like that. That'd be kind of weird. I think with the pieces I got going now, I should be able to... Yeah, it's gonna go into the wall like perfectly and not like stick out in an awkward way. What do we think about this? That's like a... I could technically make it higher, but if I could go higher, it'll look weird. No, TikTok ended. I can see it. It went to 0 views. Rip TikTok, no. Also, I forgot the sun went down. Let me turn the gain up a little bit. I usually have my other light on in this room, so it's really dark in here today. We're making progress. Oop, wrong way. Three over there, 4 over there. I'm gonna use the corners here. Screw it. Oh, lovely. There's like no good... If I use the corner piece, does that help me out at all? Not really. I still gotta do 2 of those there and 2 of those there. I guess that's not the end of the world. I'm gonna save myself a piece. Don't need to put that there. Boom. Yeah, TikTok done broke it. Did I fix it? I fixed it, right? We're back? Yeah, we're back. TikTok, you sneaky git. I need some more tea. Give me my piece. Where should we start? always going to be like going over by like at least one here. So let's wait. Oh, I forgot I was going too low. I was like, why is that piece lower? Going crazy here. Can you help me in LEGO Fortnite? Probably not directly, but I can answer any questions you have for sure. They never give you enough of the right, like, they always miss something. Like here, what are we missing? The 6? Yeah, 6 and a 12. They only give us 2, 8, and 16, which can only give us the same thing so many times unless you repeatedly use this small one a bunch of times, which that generally doesn't work for you very well either, because then those ones are less detailed. But I'm trying to figure out the best way to, like, evenly distribute these. I guess from here, we could just go 2 regular ones to fill that gap. I think that. Oh, and then, of course, this one. Oh, wait, I forgot to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Then 2 of those. Boom. There, now it's symmetrical going that way. And then probably still going to goof up the spacing going this way, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, perfect. And then this one's probably going to be a little bit weird. Oh, perfect. I think we could just go like that. Beautiful. Corner pieces actually helped us there. Too long. Let's go. Actually. There we go. How's that? What you building? A big old village. I'm only getting right now we're in the beginning, before time had a name. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. Oh, I forgot I had these thick ass support pieces. What am I even doing with my life? Is there a corner one? What's the difference between this and this one? Hold on. What's the difference? Oh, they're different angles. I see. So which one do you think I should do for this? I think I should do the more loopy angle, right? This one's like archier. No, because that one like sticks out like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's do like 2 side by side here. I kind of like, I'm kind of partial to that one. I kind of like that one. It sticks out nice, right? Ooh, that'd be looking nice, though. I like it. I like it. I like it. Although, is this corner piece going to fit there? I kind of doubt it. Where are you? Is there... I'll probably just use some sort of singular wall piece that matches. Yeah, that'll work. And then we really can't see under there, but I feel like I should. I don't know. You really can't see. As long as I got that covered. No. We'll cover it up. We'll cover it up. I don't think it's going to be able to. It's going to bump into some of those pieces. Because that should be lined up there. Yeah, it's going to bump into it anyway. I guess I could just put more of these pieces going the other way. Oh, no, that's bopping into something, too. I'm not too worried about it. You can't really see under there. Those look nice. Are you never tired of playing LEGO Fortnite? Generally, no. I'm always finding something to do in this game. And then actually what I probably should do too, what I was originally thinking and then got sidetracked with a better idea, is that we go back to Ninjago and we do these pieces in between. These little, like, you think? I have these spaced incorrectly. Like, sure, it's lined up with the middle there, but at what cost? Even better. Because what we'll do here... Oops. Hey! Let me go. How tall are these? Yeah, we don't want those. There is a piece that I'm looking for. What is it? I think it's in sculptures. I think it's this piece. Okay, I thought that would work better. Like, hold it up or something. That's not exactly what I was hoping it would do. Let's just see if these can do us any more good. I feel like we just have this stick out like as far as it can. Like that. That's... I don't know if I like that. Maybe these ones do better. The non-lanky ones. What if we do these ones? Like, yeah, like that. Like there and there. And then it can go, like, this is kind of chunky for it because that piece doesn't lead off the same way that that does. What's this? Oh, I didn't even see this. This is kind of neat, too. Honestly, it kind of would almost look cool in there just for the pattern. I kind of dig that. That actually looks super, like, I don't know. I'm about that. Does that not look like... It works, right? If it works, it works. I'll watch your videos to help me help with the quest. Oh, thank you. No, thank you for supporting the content. I really do appreciate it. Yo, do a flip. It's Dylan. Sorry, I've been very distracted today, so sorry if I am missing people's chats. When I get into build mode, sometimes I get quite into it. This is what we got so far. Not much, but it's something. You still can't emote in the sky? Lame. That looks nice. Thank you. We're just getting it started. So like up the live. We're only at 1,000 likes. I know my live did reset, but let's get the likes up. Zeppelin, thank you for the gifties. Yuraha Key, thank you for the mustache. I didn't see that pop up till just now. Thank you. Here, give me a moment. I'm going to go refill my drink, and we'll keep it going. Yeah, this is in Sandbox. The problem is, in my expert world, this exact location has a chaos challenge that keeps spawning on it, and no matter what I do, I cannot get it to go away. So it's basically ruining the whole build spot. So I'm doing it in Sandbox, where I can turn enemies off, and then the chaos event essentially doesn't spawn. All right, let's get it. Dang it, we lost 35 people walking away. That's what I get. That's what I get for needing drinks. So I don't know what I'll build up here yet, but it's going to be pretty small. It'll be like some sort of altar. Maybe it'll be like a dragon statue. It'll be like the altar to the dragon or something like that. That'll be cool. But for now, let's definitely start building this structure here. So I'm going to kind of experiment because I haven't used much of these walls. But I'm thinking this is where we use them. So we got no better opportunity. So let's build it somewhere like... I don't know exactly. Like there? And then isn't there like specific corner pieces for this or something? Yeah. It's these. And so I have different options for these? Yes, I do. I got ones with like white trim on them. I think that'll be better. No, I want it that way. Boom, and then we can start going sideways. So I'm going to get the structure built. You'll notice when I start building it first, I will use pretty much a lot of times the most plain pieces I can. Because right now, like, I could think about windows and all that kind of stuff. But I think ultimately that is going to distract me. I think, hold on. We're going to be running it a little close, and I'm not going to have much... I guess this building doesn't have to be huge, right? Let's see what we got here. Because I think if I put it here... we'll have just enough room back here, right? And then... kind of leaves me kind of a small gap, but I could always do a different wall. It doesn't have to be this, but I also have to remember, let's start with the roofs here, because I actually have, like, no idea how these roofs work. I don't even think these are roofs are supposed to go on these for a build. These are more for, like, no, wait, they have doors. Interesting. I'll have to see what I can do if I can work around this. I did that right? Like, that's the right thing to use there. I'm just not sure how the roof pieces fit into a spot like this, because I don't... Oh, yeah, there's, like, pieces like this. And then... those don't go there. How do I... Is there a way to, like... I guess flying will make it easier. Like, those go like that? Or is there another piece? Kasad, the reason I'm building in Sandbox and not an expert is this spot on my expert world has a chaos event that spawns on it, and I cannot get rid of it. Oh, one's at an angle, one's not. Is there any piece that, like, would fit in there? I guess that's the corner piece I might have been looking for. I don't know if that would have actually connected it, but... because I could make this... I'm probably going to end up making this one multi-leveled. Like, I'll put a floor above this. I should be able to work floors with the corner pieces here. Okay, let's see. I'm kind of... And the other thing is, you don't want to commit, like... I could continue building these walls all the way around. I can continue building this roof all the way around. But really, I'm going to work in parts that... essentially, like... What's the best way to put it? The way... spots that I know need supporting piece. Characters in the way. That should be right? There we go. For some reason that it wasn't counting that as a supporting piece. Now it does. There. And then I can probably put... oh, that gets in the way. I can just put them backwards, I suppose, right? Oh, why are those blurry? That hurts my eyes looking at those. Ow. You see how blurry those are in the preview picture? Ow. Just seeing if there's anything else that would work well here. Not really. These would work well, but nah, we'll keep it in. Because that does work, and then I can build another structure on top of this with like the different roof pieces. I kind of just have to figure out a shape for that building. Okay, so I think we were gonna... I think we cut it off here and leave some space back there, but at the same time, nah, it needs to be longer. See, I'm not really using... Hold on. So I'm guessing there's one that goes... Oh, this one's just reversible. Okay. I'm just going to do it in sections of 8. That'll actually work better. Because like I said, I'm still not sure how I'm going to do these walls. So I guess like right now it doesn't matter. As long as I get the outline done. Alright, now we can finish the floors. Now that we know that's going to work for the most part. Because we'll just go all the way around here. With those, these pieces we were using, these guys here. What do we have? There should be corners for them, right? I think that's what, yeah. There's different size, yes, good. Good, 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 good. There we go. What am I building? A big old Ninjago build. This is what we got going so far. And I'm going to be building, like, in this entire area. But got to start somewhere. Alrighty. Let's find our center here. And we're going to do that by kind of a little method I like to do. Just so you know, it's like kind of takes all the guesswork, because you can kind of pinpoint exactly where the middle of your build is this way. Or at least closer to it. So like I want my to be like on the center to be like of these 3 points. So actually what I'm gonna do is what's better. Instead of finding your center, I just remembered. start with these guys, or the space that you want to have going around, which I think 8 for here is going to be fine. I'm just not going to be able to go out. I think the front's going to come up right to that thing, because I don't want to curve this build at all, or like have it like the building below it. So then I can pick my 4 corner points here, here, and here. This will give me an even walkway going around all these builds. Now I kind of just got to figure out how this corner is going to work. And these walls are not final. Like the walls you see on the bottom, those are kind of just placeholders for the structure for the time being. So it looks like... it's going to be an odd shape. But I could always bring this one in, I suppose, because I think these two are further than those two are. Hold on. Should probably just build from this back corner. So it's going to be too much that way. That works, right? It's got a little bit of space in the back and then more space towards the front. My plasma pistols that I use in my expert world, those are steel on the top, opal on the bottom, and then it has damage, luck, and durability for the runes. And then for dragon fighting especially, you're going to want any sort of, basically you want the purple or the gold ice rune. Alrighty, so now we've got our corners figured out here. So we can get rid of all this. Again, once you get stuff figured out, then you can go back and do the fancy parts. But I just wanted to get my corners determined for this build. And now, for this build, I do want to... I'll do the actually, I'll probably base the bottom windows around what I do here. But here, I want to use some sort of window, obviously. Let's see. And then I also want to use these supports. Those come out pretty darn far, don't they? I'm thinking about making this building a little more fancy than normal. So I kind of want to work some of these in. Let's see. Did I get the spacing there? Mostly right. I guess I'm not going to be able to get that perfectly centered without having a one stud gap. So I'll have 2 there, 1 there. Or what we can do is just do 2 of them. Like this. That'll be actually fancier. Oh, it kind of leaves a gap, which is kind of cool. It's like a little window almost. Could just make them red, but I feel like that's too plain. I can make them like this. That would actually give it more texture. Like that? I think that's nice. Expert mode? Usually I would be. The only reason I'm not building this in my expert world is because there's a chaos event. I have this same exact build spot that I want to build on in my expert world. Problem is, the chaos event spawns right there, and I can't get rid of it. Even if I build a village center next to it, destroy all the builds, it just keeps spawning. So it kind of, and for what I want, ruins my build idea. So I found the same exact spot in a sandbox in my sandbox world, so I'm just building it here. You know what? No, I don't like the red in the middle. It needs to be white. We need, I know I have more, should be more white walls. Actually, yeah, let's just see what I have. I could do plain white. Yeah, I just got these. Could do these. What other options do I have? Wait. Yeah. I mean, the red brick, I think it matches the darker red. I think I just use the white. Because I don't like the way the brown kind of sticks out there. It's like the only brown I'm going to be using there. So I just think I just go with these. Should I have them stick out? Excuse me, burping. Should I have them stick out? I don't think that gives it any more or less depth. It's been more than a year since the last time you saw me. Well, it's nice to see you again. Give me these things. Do I want them to stick out here? That might look good. Let's give it a try. What do you think? Sticking out? Or, oops. Or even? I think sticking out, that always just gives it way more depth. Try pushing the white in. I guess that could work. Let's see what that'll look like from the outside. Because that doesn't like mess, I'm not too worried about the interiors for the most part. I actually do like the depth that that gives. You see a little more of the red on the side. I like the way you think. Stop it. Oops. Oops. Stop it. Stop it. Release me. Would that still fit there? I guess it would. But I just wouldn't want to do two of these next to each other. I'm thinking... because that adds another 4. Like those do have red, but I guess the tan kind of matches those other pieces I'm using. You're not going to really be able to get around the front with that technique. I'm not really too concerned about that, though. Oh my goodness. Dude, and then it doesn't even like it. Like there's a moment where I can't even press jump because it just goes into like automatic double jump mode. Or like glider mode even. I guess I also could have put that in the center too. That technique that I did here. Like those are supported now somehow. I could do this in the middle too. I didn't even think about doing that. And then these I can have stick out too. I think that'd break the pattern up in usage of how I'm using these pieces a little bit better. On the corners and then the middle only, you know? So now I can do the spacing on this a little differently. So now I have 2 spaces. Was there 2x4? No, because like, it just, you don't get the same patterns as you do with some of these walls in the longer versions. Oh, I also got to make sure a roof is going to work on this. I totally should have thought about that before I continued going here. I guess these roofs are kind of like a little bit interchangeable. That, and I might not even go with a roof just yet. I might actually go with like another balcony level here. Yeah, it is definitely a bit different game from way back when. Oh, one of them I placed wrong, but I broke it anyway. Okay. Good, good, good. Okay, so where's my corner pieces? So I've got a couple different ones to work with. I would just have to, like, this isn't where my roof is actually going to be. But you kind of just have to do some guesswork until you find the right lineup between everything. See, like here, I think really we'd want it there, which really means we'd want that other piece not there, but there. And this one would get replaced next to it there, and then this one should essentially be centered now. Again, this isn't where this roof is going, but I do need to test out if I have a viable roof. It looks like that pops up about halfway. I'm curious. Because roofing is a delicate process. It's really easy to, like, have it goofed up, essentially. See, like, here, we don't, it's, so let's go with, like, a singular, but even that might be too far, and then I might not have the right pieces. Actually, see, like, now I would have to, wait, is it lined up right? I think I do have it lined up right. Yeah, I think that is on point there, actually. So ultimately, I will be able to get a roof to work if I keep this shape going, and it's going to end up looking pretty good. It's not going here, but we're kind of just doing some testing. I don't even know if this second floor is going to turn out the way that I've got it going right now. So this is even yet to be figured out. Yeah, have a good one, Stink. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's continue to do what we were doing over here now, which was, we have 8 spaces. So technically, I could also, I won't be able to do much because I have an 8. And what else? I have these 8s. I could put one of these first and then a window. But I like the idea of these windows being right in the center. I think I'm going to do that. Just go... I just don't know if I like all of them facing that way. But then the line changes from one side to the other. What else could I do here, chat? Like... I'm not in love with these pieces. Like, I have these ones too, but then they end up leaving gaps, which isn't the worst thing. It's almost like a secondary window in a way. You can kind of see in there. I don't know, what do we think about that? That's not like a terrible choice. The only weird thing is there's kind of a little odd gap down there on the floor, but I could always like put something in front of that later on, like some sort of little, you know, structure or something. One of these things. I could put a banner's too big. Technically, that's where I could put the banners, although it's going to be too tall for the roof that's going over it. But there's stuff we can put in front of it for sure to kind of like hide it a little bit more. I think we'll figure it out later. But although I do like this, it makes like, it's like a second window, right? Let me see. Let me double check. I think it was making... I think if I go this way and this way, it has gaps, but they're like... Here, let's see what it looks like in the build. It definitely gives a different pattern, and the gaps are still there, but maybe they're less noticeable. Like if we go here and here. I feel like they're definitely less noticeable, but you don't get the windowy effect. And I kind of like the stripes. The more... What do you guys like better? The left accent or the right accent? When in doubt, leave it to chat. No, no, you're thinking right. Right? Yeah, I'm thinking the same. I guess I could start to kind of figure out the windows for the bottom, but I still want to even see if that might actually go out a little bit too far. I might be being a little overzealous with these support pieces here, because I wanted to make this second level pop out and have like a really big balcony essentially up here. That's kind of the idea that I'm going for. It's like essentially, why is that not? The idea is like something like this. Not exactly, but does it not count as a supporting piece if it's... Oh, it does count. There. I could always just do the fences like that, so that way you don't see the stupid tan trim color. But I suppose the outside can... I do have floor pieces like this that can turn. What if I... Can't tell if that lines up. Okay. Where does that line up? Yeah, that would kind of work out really well if it... Wait, there's no... But there's no fences that go that way. Starving? Yeah, I'm pretty hungry too. Because essentially I could have this, like... Could have it work. Why is there never the pieces? I guess right here... What if we did... This has the... It's the same thing we just did. Let's roll with it. Let's see what happens. I guess we do want them that way, technically. Or would I probably overlap it by like 2, like there? I'm also gonna have to put a door somewhere here. I guess I don't have to have doors, but I should have at least a door somewhere. Do I like this enough to keep going with it? Because I can keep stacking this building. At least another... Like, I can do another repeat story of this, essentially. Because none of these are going to serve me after I am off the curve. And let's see if it'll look better now that I've got more of it fleshed out. But these, I just can't flip this way because those little knobs end up bumping into the piece in front. So I'd have to do these fences essentially backwards up here if I did want to do them. Let's just kind of see what they would look like. Oops. As I put them in the wrong spot. I think ultimately those would look pretty good there. Rather than without. It looks a little too, like... I don't know. What do we think about this second floor? Should I make this not stick out? Actually, here, check this out. We can still do this. We don't have to bring it out this far. There's just something off about this that I'm not liking, so we're going to kind of go a little different direction here. So, I think what we'll do is we'll have this tier up to another floor, but it'll get ever so smaller. So let's do this. Get that centered up. So like there. Then I think we go around with like this. And I think we only come out to as far as... So we'll have like a little extra balcony sticking out here. That'll look really neat. And this will only come out to here. Oh, well, we do need to have it turned. Do we have another? I think it's... There we go. So now that would be going out this way. And that should meet up with that other corner. And we'll just have in the middle, there'll be a piece sticking out. Now, will I have the same spacing for all of these? I don't know, but again, I do have to put a door somewhere. Or should put a door. But I gotta build out the other part of the wall first. And then I really should... Oh, TikTok's yelling at me for being AFK when I'm not. Megan, thank you for the fest gear, by the way. I want to build in my expert world, but right now I don't know. I probably will. I'll find a different spot, but I've really been wanting to kind of let loose because I don't want to abandon this spot. This spot is too nice. This is just the beginning. This is one little piece. I'm going to be building over here. I'm going to be building over here. I'm going to be building in between. I'm going to demolish that because it's kind of out of theme. You can't even use these building pieces, like these roof pieces. So I'm in sandbox mode, so I have just fly mode turned on. But apparently if you use the flying fish sandwich, you can fly in your village to like build and stuff. And the reason I keep this piece, even though you end up not being able to see it, is because it is, like, off from where these land, so it's my actual supporting piece. Yeah, only in the gold parts of your, like, the square part of it. Yeah, like the village limits. That's perfect. Right. And that's sticking out 2 studs. 3 studs going each way, or is it supposed to only be 2? Oh wait, it's like hard to tell with this. 2, 2, 2, 2, right? 2, 2, 2. Okay. For some reason, I thought I was going crazy. I couldn't tell what was what. And then, what is that sticking out by 8? Oh, perfect. So in the middle of all of these, we just need to build 8 out. Which I think is just there and there. And then... I think that's there and there. So in the back, it's actually like sticking out a lot more. Because I don't have this exactly centered here. But... should be my reference point to build all those archways. I use those ones. And they're in the center with... so like that. I always try to start with what I know the reference point best of. Which these are pretty easy to see. You can never find Lost Masters. They're all over, but they are... pocket's bugging me. They're all over, but they are hard to spot. That's the thing. I think we can start doing these walls now, too. So I think what I want to do... what kind of windows do we got? And do I want to do the same corner technique? I think I do. I think I kind of want to keep that fairly consistent. Like use this thing. Stop it. See, now I think... so I don't want to do too many windows, right? Stop it. Oh my god, please let me go. They need to really fix that. If you're aiming away, it needs to not do that. That is destroying me internally. Thinking using the same windows. And again, I gotta remember this isn't like the most centered here, and I think this has more spaces than that does. So I can't try to make these exactly the same. I kind of just gotta find a pattern and roll with it, going both ways. But it does have to somewhat resemble the top. I'm thinking I go window in the middle like I did. So I think we go like here. So that way it's offset exactly from those other ones. And then the rest of them I kind of figure out something a little bit different. Like I think there. I think this is actually where I could skip how many spaces? 2, 4, 6. How much space do I have in the middle? I think next to this, we do the window slit thing to kind of keep it consistent with what we did up there. Do that on both sides. And then from there, because that matches really nicely, I think. Yo, Orion Galaxy, thank you so much. Have a great night. Be safe. And then from there, I think we go... So experiment with some of the other windows, I suppose. Like, we always have this thing. Because then I can throw in, like, more brown, possibly. Or, like, right here, we just do one of these guys. What do you think about that? Should I go, or I can do any of the other 8x windows in place of those wooden ones. Do you think I have better options, chat? We could throw in... No, I don't want to do those, but we've got... How's that different, really? Oh, it's just got the bright red instead of dark red, I think. I think I actually should use those, if anything. Yeah, they're just... Should I have them stick out? Ooh, I think I should. Stick out by just one space. I think that brings it up a notch. A little more text, so like... There's almost like a waviness to it. Although I think this side is going to have different spacing. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the same thing over here. But I can try. So let's just copy this right over. And then we go into one of the windows. We do have it come out a space. And then that flows into the little window slit thing, which we have to go back a space, make sure from here. So we go back like that. And then the next one goes... Wait a minute. I did that right? There we go. And then that goes into the window. See, on this side, it doesn't line up with the middle. So I'd have to do it slightly differently if I wanted this piece to fall under that perfectly, because this end of the building is just a little bit shorter. Because otherwise I'd have, like, if I extended this another 8 back, then I'd have, like, no room back here. So I'm not too worried about, like, symmetry going every direction. Otherwise I'll drive myself insane. And then we have 6 spaces to work with there. Why can't I find dragons? I don't want to say they're rare, but they're not, like, everywhere. All right. And then after that... I think that's solid for the... See how it's longer kind of going off to the right there than it is going off to the left. But we can kind of copy the same pattern as long as we can and keep the overall symmetry towards the center the same. I still have to figure out where I'm going to put a door here. I don't want... I kind of like the look there. What does the power relic do? It adds a ton of extra damage. And then I think this isn't a perfect... I think this is a slight rectangle as well. But we're going to overall try to keep it the same. Let's see what we could fit in here. Looks like we're just going to have to do... like that there. And then I think we just do the slit window thing right there, because that's what we do on the other side, right? Yeah. So that's pretty much the same. And then we just fill that gap. Same way going the other way. And then here, these pieces came forward. I guess I could also switch these so that way the windows are on the outside and the slits are on the inside. What do you think? Because I think that kind of matches the other side better, because that's the kind of part you focus on is that middle, the middle slit, and those edge ones are kind of just extra, and then you go over here. I guess I can keep it like this too, where it's, see how it's always in the front there, or I can move this one to the inside too to match this one, how it's like that. What do you think? Why are you doing this if this isn't sandbox? This is, I play a lot of, I mean, if there wasn't an expert mode, I'd still play, but even in expert mode, I still try to just build as the funnest stuff possible or the biggest stuff possible. And unfortunately, I can't build this build in my expert world because I have a chaos event that's kind of ruining everything where I want to build. So for this build, I'm just running it in sandbox. There's no shame. So I think that's a little more symmetrical. Now, still got to do like the back end of it. Let's see, I want to go around like that so the red shows in the front rather than that tan. We're working on it. Started from scratch today. This is what I've got for you after, how long have I been streaming? 2.5 hours. Yeah, I'm going to definitely, I usually, as far as decor, there will be lots of outside decor. So the way I build is, you know, I'm not going to count my bricks and try to work with the grid here. Honestly, it's a little bit annoying work for me to try to do that. So I'll just kind of wing it. So what I do is I build all my structures. I got a big structure planned here. Obviously, that's where I'm building now. I'm also going to build something pretty big over there. Not exactly sure what yet. Then we've got all of this. We've got a little bit of flat area down here. Probably do some small builds down there. Maybe like a little garden or something like that. And then we've got flat space here to work with. I'm going to also destroy that POI. So that way I can build whatever I want. I've got space there. I've got space there. I've got space here. I've technically even got space way over there, but I'll probably kind of keep it tucked into this where the bridge is. And then I'll definitely build over here on the other end of the bridge. I want to build like in this whole area and make this whole area my, you know, just a creative, fun village build. It's not going to be anything for expert mode or anything like that. Oh, you know what else? I actually forgot down here. I kind of do need to do something different. I kind of wanted to add more of the these accents somewhere. Where could I add them? I guess, you know, I could do these going sideways and kind of do the same pattern, but like there instead. What do you think about that, chat? But what I'll do is I'll build all the structures in all the spots that I want, like all the major structures. When I have all the structures done, I'll go back through and I'll add like outside decor. Like I've added a little bit, like some major statues and stuff. But here, is there any rugs that are angled for this? No. So I'm not going to really be able to put a good rug here without it being weird. I guess you know what I could do? There's the floors. I think I've got. Oops, that's not the right way. Aha! Claps for me. I've done it. Ah, so weird. The angle, I forgot I can't build that way. I'm trying to read all the chats. Can you get ice energy from cold? Yeah, basically ice energies will come from ice ninjas, and I think even like as long as they're ice elementals, they'll come from the wolves. Pretty much any enemy, they're just not guaranteed every time. That looks sick. Thank you. We're working on it. But there is plenty more exterior decoration that I'm going to add in that. And I just remembered there's a deco that I got to make sure to work in here. It's if you have Daigo's domain stuff, you will have some of the best extra decor pieces, because let me tell you, these are really nice. Might not have room there. But these are fantastic. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit one everywhere. Oh, look at that. That one works. Hold on. I got to let the dogs out. Bones is yelling at me. Oh, stop it, buddy. I hear you. Adds more color and it matches. All right. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. I got to let Bones out. He's yelling at me. I hear you, buddy. One moment. Got to let the dogs out. Okay, we good. Oh yeah. You got to, so if it's, I see what you're saying now with your question. I just kind of clicked as I reread it again. So like if you go to the Frostlands, those won't drop any frost energies now. This is just from the Ninjago area. So I can't fit those up everywhere. I can probably fit them up here if I really want to. So far, so good. Let's see if I can get the rest of these corners on there nicely without having to do super weird spacing. So normally, a lot of times I would probably build these on top of the floor. But if I do that, then I have this tan part sticking out, which I really don't want. Excuse me. I like the tan accent, but I don't want too much of it, so I'm going to end up covering those up. We're going to use the longest segments possible here. Boom. Let's just get all these corners knocked out. That should make things easier. Oh, I did that one wrong, though. Oopsie. No wonder I added so much space. Excuse me, no wonder I had so much space there. Did I place that one right? I think so. There we go. Too long. That's definitely too long. So I had that one, right? Yeah. Oh no. Great heavens. Ta-da! Still not daytime yet? Trying to say fence is cute. Oh, is it off though? I say I'm sure I have some spots that are a little bit off. Stop it. Stop it. Release me. All right. Now I can build another structure on top of this. Hold on, I'm going to find my center point here. And then kind of build. Actually. Yeah, no, let me do it that way. It's just so I can get things visually lined up. Because when if I can find the center, then I can make a very even building, essentially. Okay, so the center of this building is right here. And then we want to build a structure that's pretty much perfect square going all the way around it. So we will just line up a build like that. So this will be our square. Now it's going to end up being like a little bit bigger than I kind of want it to by a space. But now I can define my corners of where I want this build. Because remember, this build is kind of rectangular, so now I'm going to be building like a perfect square on top of the rectangle. And I still have to build the back walls of this building. I have not done that part yet. You got to start kind of from the front, because I've already done, like, the other sides are easy. This side is going to get mirrored over to this side, and then that side's going to get mirrored over to that side. It's pretty much just copy and paste work, but it takes time, so I'd rather figure out this. So, with that being said, we're probably going to make this like 2 stories, but I want to make sure I can... Now I have to pee, dang it. I got up to let the dogs out. Now I gotta let the bricks out. Actually, or we can go further out, actually. Because, like, if I do this, there's no roof piece big enough or small enough to fill that. At least I'm almost positive there isn't. Oh. Would you look at that? The one time on Earth. But even then, I might want the roof to stick out more than that. So, we'll see. But I have to pee like crazy now all of a sudden. Give me 2 seconds, I promise. I promise. I'll give you the good view. Here. I'll be right back. Look at all that red. And again, I guess I don't have to have this building be perfectly square, but it does kind of help. Sometimes. With the top symmetry anyway. Alright, get rid of our guide blocks. Let's get... Also on the back side, I'll probably put a door. I don't know where I should put a door here, if any. Which doors do I have even? Okay, there's a couple of, like, these ones. I could always throw this somewhere, like, back there even. And, like, right there. And replace that other door. The dark red door might look good, too. And these ones are super tall. Yeah. How's he flying? I'm in sandbox mode, but you can also do this with flying fish sandwiches. I almost want to do the same thing again. Like have it kind of get smaller and smaller as it goes up. I think that'd be pretty neat. Let's try to just go with it, I guess. For this building, should I continue to use these same windows or should I switch it up at some point? Because I'm kind of mixing these in, so I guess on this floor, I could mix more of these in. Because, yeah, these will kind of just tear inward ever so slightly. Do you think that'd be a cool concept? Just keep going up with this pattern, you think? Loser. I'm new to Odyssey. Love your content, man. Can I make my village on the same island I did the Ninjago quest? Yes. The only problem you have to, and it's exactly why I'm building in Sandbox right now, is because on my expert world, one of the chaos challenges is I have this exact spot on my expert world, but I have a chaos challenge that literally spawns right where I'm trying to build like the main structure, and it's really annoying. So you have to build your village like kind of somewhere that's not near one of those chaos events. Otherwise, they're going to be spawning in every time you go there, pretty much. Fire Spin Jitsu, you won't until the part 2 of the LEGO Fortnite update. I guess I could make this rectangular as well, so that way it's like centered. Because I think having it right there is also... Is that... Oh no, I've kind of got this really set. I'd have to like throw it off by a space to make it any smaller. Yeah, you just have to finish the intro quest and you'll be able to go back to the main world. Because it's all one world. You got to remember that. It's all one world. It's just different parts of it. So once you complete the those tasks, you'll be able to. See here, if I don't build it smaller than this, I think I got to build it smaller than this. And I still don't even have an interior, like I should have figured out my stairs for the insides first. So it still need to come out a little bit more. Oh, you know what? All I gotta do is plan it based on this thing. So, hold on. Let me make that one go there, and then get rid of that, and then the corner of this just goes up against that. So that would make like our new center. As long as we base all of them like that. Because then oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, I could switch weapons, thank god. Actually, should probably just switch off of some of these. I'm not using this. So same thing for that. There. Get rid of that. Build that. There. Because then we should have the same space going around, and this gives me enough space to at least walk around it. It just changes the interior diameter of the build. Oh, wait, did I already move this one over? That one's like in the wrong spot. Oh yeah, because I need to move the corner of it. But even then, this one seems like it's wrong. Because it would be here. It's hard to see if it's lined up with that. I think it is. I don't know why I had that one so off. I must have messed that one up. Because we want to have the same room going around all of these. See, that one's off. How did I do that? Now have I done it right? That would appear to be right. I think I got it. This also makes it easier. I mean, these are a lot of materials for these. They're not too much, but I'd have the materials I need in my expert world, but it would still be pretty tough. See, now we do these. There and there. Oops. Oh, I forgot they're going to be, like, off the grid by a space. I did the... Oh, God. I did these the right space away, right? Let's check now before I forever hold my peace. Okay. As long as they're in intervals of 2. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like a one stud gap going between there for some reason. Yep. I think I got it lined up that time. Just the only 2 ways that snaps? Okay. Yo, what's going on, Brickenstein? I almost have to specifically say Brickenstein because there's another user who's been in here who's got Stein in his name. You're not the only Stein in town anymore. Oh, and then I guess there's OP open. There's OP too. I forgot. We got OP, so you're really outmatched now. Oh, I did those off. guess I could have come out a little more, but... I'd like it to be more centered from the front. I might move it up. Because I think this would require me to what? Move them up. How do I get that centered? That would have to come over... I think even 3 more spaces. But if it came over 3 more spaces on both sides, that would even it out. Right? I think this is what was confusing me before, because I kind of do want these centered now that I'm thinking about it. Just gonna leave me less walking room, but 1, 2, 3. No, this one requires me to pull it back like 4. Wait, did I get that one right? Oh no, I even got that one wrong, so that one would be 4. So that one we would even build 1 more over. I guess we're just going to make it square with the other one. It's going to make it look better, I think. Okay, so now that one's like that. Thing is, I don't have to change the ones in the middle at all. Because those should still be the same. Those stay in the middle. We're just moving these ones outward a little bit. See how much trial and error goes into these guys? Nice progress. How long ago were you in here? I've been going for a little over 3 hours now. Or just about 3 hours. Yeah, we started from scratch here today. Oh wait, these two I'm gonna have to change. These ones are lined up right, but now these guys I gotta move forward just a little bit. These ones. And those ones. I think I got that right. All right. And again, I still have to build the backside of these walls. I haven't finished them yet. See, now it's centered for the most part. I at least want like these corners going up the front centered. If we get a little bit like off when we're going to the sides, but as long as these corners are mostly good. Because like this one's not going to be centered with there, but I wanted at least the front corner to be centered. Because it gives me, it's not going to be perfectly symmetrical, and it's not supposed to be. But this gives me a little bit of wiggle room there. Love the progress, looking good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Definitely needs some more white. Let's see. Probably gonna keep the same windows. But I don't know if I should do something like lightly different here. How do you not get the low memory thing? I play on PC, so that definitely helps out a lot. Starting to doubt the doing these on this level. I'm trying to think of something else I could maybe do. I guess I could put these where those are too. Actually, that would... Oh, it's like there's going to be barely a gap in the middle. This would probably look really good where the dragons are. Let's kind of see what that looks like. I just remembered about this piece now. That lines up right in the center. It blocks it a little bit? What do you think? Or I could do it at the base. I could keep the dragons. But then the dragons will get a little bit blocked. How do these stick out too? Oh yeah, these are sick. I gotta remember to maybe use some of these somewhere. Like, those look crazy. Oh, that would be kind of cool even on the corners. Hmm. There's this piece. Is there a roof piece that could fit between there? I don't think so, right? Like, this thing is too big. I don't think there's any piece that could fill that gap if you had those too far away. You know what? I don't. Do I want that bush? I don't even know if I want that bush. I like bushes, but that one's like right in the front in the way. I like that tree too, but this bush we're gonna get rid of. Because also what these will look good is like out in front of them. Like by a couple feet, like if I do like roughly right there, it's not gonna line up right because of the stupid grid thing. Like I could do them like in front. What do you think? Because these are good. These look really nice. Here, let's get the windows in here. Or, you know what else I can do here? Because I need to do doors like at least somewhere. So I think we go walls. We go doors. I don't think any of these are going to fit. So we'll just go one of these doors. Is there any thinner ones? No. So just... Oh, shoot. Going this way, I made a mistake. Look what I did. So the backside, I must have. I guess here, what I could do to fix that. Did I put these in the wrong spot? They're supposed to be 4 studs between there. I guess I could just pop those out further than they were on the last floor. Because the problem I'm left with is I have a 2-stud gap, but I think I could fix it just by moving these out by a piece. Hold on, I got it under control here. Oh, it's getting ornery. He knows it's time for me to pretty much end the stream here and go pick up Heather. I don't know if I need to do double doors here, but I can always kind of change it up later. Oops, that's not what we want. So now there's just 6 spaces in the middle, which we should be able to work with. Because I think... I'm only 4, but we could figure something out here. Is there anything that's 6 wide? It says black. It's gonna kind of contrast with the rest of it. But it's the only thing that's 6 wide other than some walls. We could also make it even wider. I think that could look good too if we went even another space. Why doesn't it want to let me place those pieces? Or snap them. So then that leaves room for 10, or we can do... Hold on. We'll figure this out. No, because then that's still 6 in the middle there. Oops. Because, yeah, if I throw an 8 there now, it's going to be 1 space and 1 space. There's nothing in the game yet that's like a 2x1 still, right? Oh, you were helping me out with the dragons the other day? Welcome back. Could just go like this and then do one of these next to it, but that doesn't really match. Why didn't they give us any 6x of these? It would be nice. I think I just need to switch up the windows a little bit because it is a little bit repetitive with these. Because these are 8x. I'm almost thinking about going with regular walls here. Because it's a little bit, I'm trying to figure out the right mesh of all the different windows I want to use here, like the windows and doors. Because I do want a door somewhere. I wouldn't call it a fire shrine because all the builds are technically like red like this. But yeah, I'm starting on a really big village here. It's coming together. I wish these, dude, I hate this. I can't even like do anything about it. Sometimes I just have to like, I wonder if there's an option to turn that off at all. I'll go with that. And then here. We don't have to have the door centered. We could always do that. That still looks really fine. And then here we have room for stuff. You know what I think I do? I know exactly what I do. To go with those windows that I used at the bottom, these guys. Or what else is there? I could also do these things. These look kind of good. Actually, let's do that instead. Let's try that. Give it a go. This one. Looks like it's the same either way. There's also this thing. That could look nice too. Actually, I think I kind of like the way those look overall. I also can't tell because it's dark out. Hold on. Hey, how's it going, Divine? Just working on a sandbox village here. Working on my first build. Kind of just going with the flow as I always do. I like these open ones, but I also like these brown ones. Because they have more white on them, too. Like, I'm almost thinking about keeping the whole first floor, because I like that, but I think the... Oh, my... Dude. And then after I do that, I have to wait a good, like, second before I can, even click the button to, like, jump again. And otherwise, if I jump too quickly, it just doesn't do anything. What do you think about that? Or if I made them... these ones. Or... I don't have, like, one other option. Or I've got these ones that look slightly different. Yeah, let's go with... I think that'll be a good contrast, because they're, like, the same style. Please. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm going to go insane. Just have to fly everywhere. That's all. What do we think? The world seed? I mean, it really won't matter, but it's, what is it? 1197639008. This is just a random sandbox world that I created. Still deciding if I also wanted to add fences inside of here. These will fit, right? Oh, really? That's getting in the way? But it shouldn't. No, IRL, those wouldn't be colliding. This should be the right space. This should be the right size. I think it adds this. Here, I'll just go with these ones. Oh, there's gonna be no room if I do that. I guess I'll just keep these as is. I don't really have a lot of room to work with here. I don't have too much time. I actually got to wrap up the stream here. But these are gonna add a lot. And then I don't think I'm going to have room here unless they kind of stick up above those. I'm going to have trouble placing them everywhere. Oh, yeah, over here I didn't quite have room to place them. It was just like, wait, I saw a spot. I was about to say, maybe if I flip it. Yes, there we go. Oh, probably full. Yeah, we'll probably call it there. I think we're at a good chilling spot. Strongest against electric, what is that? Ice is what you want against electric, right? I get everything so mixed up. Fire is electric. Ice is weak to fire. Fire is weak to... I don't remember. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I will continue... Sorry, Heather just got home. We're wrapping it up there anyway. Do we have a raid target? Let's figure it out. Let's go over to reality. Perfect. Haven't sent over there in a while. Yep. Way ahead of me. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, beautiful. Amazing. Let's do it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Like I said, we'll continue this build tomorrow. I think I might have overdone it a little bit with those corner pieces. I could have done something a little less aggressive there. I could still, at any point, I guess, dial those back and just break them. And then it would be basically the same structure underneath. We'll see. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much. We're raiding over right now. Thanks, Up. I appreciate it, as always. And for everybody on TikTok, come follow me on Twitch. I'll be live tomorrow as well. Actually, I might actually take tomorrow off. Don't hold me to that one. Might take tomorrow off, but I'm generally live between 4 and 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. See you guys.